The client file status can be viewed on the home base to see the current preparation status for each client file. By clicking the client status column header, you can sort the client files into groups of like-kind statuses for quick review and processing. To navigate the client status worksheet in a client file, open the client file. In the navigation bar on the left, click the client status under Forms and Use grouping. If you want to be reminded to update the client status form each time you close a client file, follow these steps. Go to the Tools menu bar and choose Options from the drop-down menu. While in the General section, go to the Client Status area and check the box titled Prompt to Go to Client Status Form when closing clients. This prompt will appear every time you close a tax return, and if you select Yes, it will open the client status form so it can be updated. Here you can enter a date or check a box to indicate the current status of this client. Client status is managed on the client status worksheet within each client file. The program completes the client status and status date fields at the top of the form based on the boxes you checked below. The boxes are a chronological list of events in the normal tax return preparation process. The last box is for Other status. If you check this box, you must enter a status in the text field to the right of the checkbox. The status you enter here will then appear in the status field at the top of the form and on the home base view. Let's quickly examine some of the field descriptions on the client status worksheet. At the top of the form is the client status based on the boxes checked in the form below. The last box checked in the column of boxes determines the client status. For example, if you check several of the boxes and the last one in the column that you checked is extension filed, the program will put extension filed in the client status field at the top of the client status worksheet form and on the home base. Next is status date. The program fills in the status date based on the boxes checked below. The last date completed determines the status date. Next is client number. The client number is optional. Next is the print box. If you check this box, the client status form will print out as part of the tax return for the preparer copy. Note, it is not included in the client or filing copies. The Need More Information checkbox. The 4 lines under Need More Information from Client is available to detail specific information that is still needed from the client. Billed Client. The total amount billed on the billing invoice will show here. To update the amount, you must save the return. When the return is saved, the billing invoice will recalculate and update the amount. Current year comments. Enter any other information about the status of this client. Permanent comments. Information entered in the last year's return in the permanent comment field will transfer to this field in the current year. Enter any other general information about this client or the client's tax return on these lines. The program will transfer the permanent comments each year for you. The information is optional and does not affect the computation or the completion of the client status field, nor does it affect what you see in the home base and the client status.